Hello nerds, Artosis, I'm with Tasteless, and we are back from China.
Yes, we are. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a really great event.
It was really cool. I have never been to an event outside of Korea that was so packed.
Yeah.
Where I saw so many people. That was kind of unreal.
There were so many people there. I'm guessing near 20,000 people were in there watching the StarCraft finals, which is kind of unreal, man. That was like, it definitely rivals anything we see in Korea.
It really does. I mean, I've been doing WCG. This is my 5th year now that we finished it. And I've gone all over the world, Singapore, Italy. I've never seen that many people show up and still have such an intense atmosphere. In Singapore, there were a ton of people, almost that many. But you could see it was more people just kind of showing up to see what this event was, versus in China, it was really people showing up to watch StarCraft and Warcraft 3 and Counter-Strike.
Yeah. And, you know, this year, what a great year to be in China, because this year, in my recollection, was maybe the most exciting year that we've had since the beginning. You know, back when foreigners were on a much closer level to Koreans. It feels like this year, more than other years, the foreigners have kind of caught back up.
Yeah, I think you're right. It wasn't just like we had one guy who was giving him a hard time. It was multiple players.
Yeah.
And even the Koreans were saying when we were down there, look, this is actually pretty tough this time. Obviously the Koreans are better. They wouldn't have gotten all top 3 places. But what's good about this is it shows that foreigners are catching up a little bit. I think there was a much grosser disparity in skill before.
Yeah, you know, it seems like there were a few years in there where it was just pointless to even play the Koreans. And now, this year, especially this year, you know, we had a few players. 2 of the 3 best foreigners were there, Idra and PJ.
Yeah.
We were missing Rhett, but, you know, Idra and PJ, amazing, amazing players. We saw Idra at IEF. He basically had Stork killed and then ended up losing, but I mean, that's pretty hardcore right there, man. That guy got silver, and even though he ended up losing to Cole, Idra did, such a strong player, and PJ especially. And we commentated the Bisu versus PJ game. What do you think about that, man? He almost had PJ killed, which would have screwed up the entire bracket.
Well, he had PJ killed, and there was a small error he made that costed him the game, but what was exciting about it was, first of all, he was on stage in front of a countless amount of Chinese players who were all rooting for him. Bisu was really on the line here. There was a lot of pressure on him. He did come back. It was easily one of the biggest comebacks I've ever casted. It was a short, simple game, but it was, you know, very intense. I really enjoyed broadcasting that. I'm sure it was the same for you.
Yeah, it's too bad that he did not skip a production round. He just overmade Dragons instead of getting Observer and into Reaver.
That's all that he had to do.
But, you know, despite that, you know, Bisu would have had to play Stork, would have knocked out a Korean, guaranteed a foreigner medal. PJ would have gotten really, really far, most likely then. But instead, PJ went on to play Stork, killed him first game.
Yeah.
Second game had him dead, and then Stork came back with a good Storm drop. And then third game was kind of a build order win.
Yeah, the third game was a little bit one-sided, although I did like Stork's build order that game. You know, it was funny, it was so hard for us to even watch those games because, I mean, they weren't on the main stage, and there were so many people crowding around the player area, and a lot of them were just chanting PJ over and over and over, and I've never seen something that intense in a non-stage match where you literally have several hundred people crowding around to just see 2 computer monitors and 1 observer screen. It was unreal, very cool.
Yeah, it was so much passion from the fans for PJ. It's really too bad he lost to Stork because that guy, I mean, he wins his IEF group with Effort and Bisu both in it.
Right.
You know, 2 weeks before. Then he almost kills Bisu, which would have screwed up the brackets for the Koreans. And then he almost kills Stork straight up into a best of 3.
Yeah, no kidding.
This guy is actually kind of unreal.
It's really impressive, and it's really exciting too, because I think the more skilled players you get coming to StarCraft from different countries, the more dynamic it makes the scene.
Oh yeah, it's way more exciting when you're like, PJ may be able to do this, man. It's like,
seriously,
when there's actually contenders that are not Korean.
Yeah.
I mean, that for me, that made such an amazing year. And the other match that we really need to talk about, Advocate against Jadon.
Oh yeah, this was cool.
Advocate beat Jadon on Tau Cross.
That was unexpected. I think that was, out of all the upsets we saw, that was probably the one that, I mean, I certainly didn't see coming. I don't know about you, but I would not have predicted Advocate to take a game off of Jadon. Not because Advocate's not good enough, he's quite good. But because Jadong is just so unstoppable.
And it's Taucross too. So.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I've learned more about the game now. I spoke to people more in depth. I haven't seen the replay yet, but apparently it was a modified Flash Goliath Green Medic build on Taucross, but he had like 20 Goliaths. So it was very Goliath heavy instead of more Marine heavy. And I think that, you know, Advocate just found this weird timing that was going to work well against him. But
I think so.
Taucross is a map that Jadong doesn't lose on, never has, probably never will again.
Not after that.
I tell you, that is just astounding. That's one I did not expect, because in fact, Advocate, if White Rot had taken Hydra out in that final match, Advocate wouldn't have even been in the top 8. So
Look, it was a really exciting year overall. By the way, steering away from the StarCraft games, really amazing Counter-Strike finals match.
yeah,
That was just crazy, especially in the first round of the 3 rounds, going into overtime. How many times was it? I was
think
sitting there
there was
watching
4 overtimes.
Yeah, I mean, 4 overtimes total. Really exciting, and that was awesome to see the crowd get that pumped. Look, overall, it was just a really successful WCG.
Yeah,
in every way possible.
I mean,
yeah,
a lot of fun. Next year in LA, I don't think there's going to be 20,000 people sitting around watching. But it's America, you know. We're struggling in that area, man.
You never know yet.
Too spread out.
The United States is pretty behind in esports.
Yeah.
But hopefully that'll keep changing. Europe's starting to catch up. Clearly, China really starting to compete with Korea.
Yeah.
And when you consider how many people are in China, that may be the esports capital of the world pretty soon here.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
I wouldn't be overly surprised about that. Yeah, so I mean, that's about it for a wrap up on those events.
Yeah.
HandsomeNerd.com.
We're selling these shirts, as you guys probably have heard. Doesn't look like there's going to be a GOM TV Season 4. They may be doing other things StarCraft related. We're kind of waiting. But until then, we're going to be doing some other stuff on the side. Also some stuff shirt related. So if you see any shirts on the HandsomeNerd.com you want to buy, or any ideas you want, or no, you got to move it up and down, up and down. There you go, there you go. Give us feedback on that on the site, or if you're an artist and you want to contribute something, definitely let us know. We have a lot of people working on the site. We'd be happy to take you as well.
Well, that's about it. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Take care.